Hello students, today we are talking about arrow of God. Before entering into the video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Arrow of God is a famous novel of Chinua Achebe published in the year 1964. The meaning of arrow of God is a will of God. The story of this novel happens in the village Umuaro and Umuforia. The chief god or deity of this village is Ulu or the Supreme Omnipotent. Ulu is considered as the chief entire almighty of 6 villages including Muachi, Umuaro and Umuforia. Even though Ulu is the supreme authority, there is a priest in Umuaro who enjoyed equal powers as Ulu. The name of this chief priest is Ezeulu. Ezeulu considered himself as a mouthpiece of his clan's supreme god, that is Ulu. He is as powerful as Ulu. During this period, British entered into Ezeulu's village. They tried to involve in the day-to-day administration of these villages. At first, they wholeheartedly welcomed Osus or outcast to their religion. Actually, this is a tactics of colonial administration that they showed immense consideration for outcast people to attract them towards their religion. Ezeulu accepted the entrance of British people in African villages and he wanted to know the ways of foreigners. So he sent his son Obeke into English school to learn the manners of to learn the ways of life of English people. Ezeulu was invited to become a warrant chief of colonial administration, which is a policy of indirect rule. But Ezeulu did not want to be a part of British rule, so he refused this offer of British people. As a result, he was arrested and sent to prison. When he was arrested, there was no much resistance from the part of his clan's people. This shocked Ezeulu. In Umuaro, people cannot harvest yams until Ezeulu has called the new yam feast to give thanks to Ulu. This is a tradition of this village. As he was in prison, he was not able to eat the yams to start the harvest. When he returns from prison, he refused to eat the rest of the yams and he refused to call the feast because he said that it is not his will but Ulu's will. He cannot do this against his orders. Ezeulu considered himself as half man and half spirit. As a result, as he refused to eat the other yams, yams started to rot in the field, and there started a famine in the village. And because of this famine, villagers starts blaming Ezeulu. But he was very strict to follow the age-old tradition. This made rift in the minds of villagers of Umuforia and Umuaro. Ezeulu as Ezeulu is the chief priest, he has a clear answer for not eating the yams, as it may cause abomination of Ulu. For him, those yams are not food. One cannot eat them when he feels hungry. If one eats them like food, it may end up in death. This made a first rift among the villagers and Ezeulu, that if he eats that yams, then only they can start their festival and harvest the rest of the field. As he is against it, a famine started in their village. The chief priest is not ready to speed up the harvest by eating the remaining yams. Ezeulu considered this as an abomination of Ulu, the chief deity, because he considered him as equal to Ulu, and he don't want to break the laws. But this strictness of Ezeulu is exploited by British people, and they entered into the village for its administration. Ezeulu does not want a breakaway from the past, because it will make harsh punishments for the people of this village, Umuaro. But common people are not able to understand this concern of Ezeulu. His strict adherence to tradition, his reluctance to move away from the age-old rituals has made a rift in the minds of Umuforians. Actually, Ezeulu only tried to be truthful to his deity, but this strictness has proved to be fatal for the entire village. This strictness for following the tradition is misinterpreted as a longing for personal power. And in this situation, Achebe says that the problem came in African villages when they doubted their clan's leaders. When the villagers failed to follow the age-old traditions, there started intervention of British people in the African villages. This is what Chinua Achebe is projecting. This point only Chinua Achebe is projecting in all his novels. Due to this problem between villagers and the chief priest, two parallel power equilibriums, that is British and another side clan leaders, started in Nigerian villages. This led to a loss of faith in African culture and tradition. British became successful to make a rift or an enmity even among the brothers of same family. This was the tactics of British people to enter into the administration of African villages. Ezeulu gradually became unpopular among villagers. His son Obika, who was sent to English school, died in a traditional ceremony which villagers interpreted that chief priest lost all his powers. When son of Ezeulu died, they said that it is because of the fault of Ezeulu. In order to avoid another famine, all the villagers converted to new religion, that is Christianity. All these incidents disturbed Ezeulu deeply. He is isolated from his village, and he is shocked by the luring attempts of foreigners for converting villagers to a new religion. These attempts of foreigners shocked Ezeulu, and villagers were also not were also very interested to follow the new religion. Later, Ezeulu ate the last 2 yams left with him and announced the new moon and new yam feast. But by now, people of Umuaro deserted him completely and turned towards the new religion. When he started the new yam feast at the correct time, no one was there to obey that. Yams in the Umuforian fields harvested in the name of new god. This is what happened in Umuforia and Umuaro after the arrival of new faith. People were now reluctant to follow the age-old tradition of Igbo or African culture. Villagers started to believe in the new god. Through the downfall of Ezeulu, indirectly, Chinua Achebe is exposing the destruction of age-old African values, culture and tradition. Faith in Ezeulu lost, so the faith in Ulu also lost. Ulu is replaced by a new god. So as the age-old rituals and passed to a new culture. Thank you.